Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Maggie Caesar. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. And today I want to talk about something. I want to share this journey with you. And sometimes talking or revealing some things helps the state of mind. You feel relieved when you talk something out. Maybe you can talk it out, you can cry it out. You can do anything for your state of mind. That's what matters. Today I want to talk about assumptions about my baby's illness, which is cerebral palsy. The first thing I want to say before I talk about it, about the assumptions, is that a person's mind, it's something that you cannot read, predict, or no, understand it. But no matter what people talk about, or what people say, by the end of the day, what matters is what you do with that information. Everything, today I can advise you this, tomorrow somebody else tells you this, another person comes and tells you this, but by the end of the day, what matters is your decision. Your decision matters a lot. Anything that you do today, or you do somewhere, or somehow, anything has an impact in your future, or some days to come, some years to come, or let's say in the near future. You never know. And I want to say something also. You should trust yourself first, because if you don't trust yourself, nobody will trust you. People talk a lot, people misread you a lot, and if you cannot stand up for yourself, you cannot give hope to yourself, you cannot talk to your inner self, so many things go wrong. And then the same people that advised you start laughing, start mocking you, start talking behind your back, start stabbing you on your back. And that's why I said in the beginning of the video, anything you hear or anything you talk, what to do with that type of information, it's up to you, whether positive or negative. If you take it negative, it will have an impact in you. If you take it on a positive side, it will also have an impact in you. For me, I think that the positivity, it's good more than the negativity, because the negativity most of the times drains you a lot, mentally, emotionally. But the positivity one, it makes you keep going and telling yourself, I'll never give up. What they say is not true, because definitely by the end of the day, whatever they are saying, it's only you and your conscience that know it's true or wrong. For me, I feel like if I've not done it, if I've not done that thing, I don't feel guilty about it. And if I've done it, I do say yes, I've done it, to avoid that guilty conscience. Anyway, that's me. I don't know about you. You can comment down there and tell me what you think. So the first assumption, when my baby got sick, I delivered my baby through CS, and he was a very normal baby, healthy baby. But after 7 months, when he was almost turning 7 months, something took a turn or a toll in his life, and also in mine. It was a great impact. I won't say it was a small impact, it was a great one. And for someone who is not strong, I would say you give up. And for someone who has a bit that strongness, if you are tough a bit, you push through and there's also another person who hakuna kitu inamshtuanga, anything can happen, it cannot shtua you, you know, but people are different, it depends on you. So for me, I feel like what people used to assume. That's why I said when I started the video, what you do with the type of information you hear depends on you. Whether you take it positive, it will bring a positive impact. Whether you take it negative, it will bring about a negative impact. So for me, the first time I heard what people say about my son's illness, definitely not people from just out there will come, yani mtu mgeni. It's people from your family, your relatives. Those are the first people will want your fall, what will I call it? Those are the first people will want to bring you down. Let me put it that way. Will want to bring you down and see you suffer a lot, you know. So for me, the first thing that people did an assumption was the obvious. I tried to abort the kid, so the kid got affected because the pregnancy I didn't get rid of the pregnancy. But I said, what you do with that type of information depends on you. For me, I knew I never, by that time, ukilelewa ushago, you are not exposed to these things. Okay, there are people who are exposed, but the others who are not. For me, I'll say I was not exposed. So I never even knew what abortion is, whether there are pills about abortion and everything. Alafu, nowadays, people are getting so exposed because you get even a primary kid, now new shago, high school kid has a phone. By that time, we never knew even what phones are, you know. And then the parents were so tough. It's not like nowadays. Anyway, I didn't go to that toughness of my parents anyway. But for the assumption, let's go back there, about the abortion, it was not a lie, so that never affected me. That never even affected me, even a 1%, not talking about a 10% or no, it never affected me because I knew 100% it is. Okay, the second one was when I was in high school, Form 3, I started, I had a certain disease, I don't know ilitoka wapi. I started fainting. It was not like a medical disease because I never saw somewhere I was treated and was told it's a certain disease. So even that was an assumption. And that was like I got my baby after 3 years later. So I don't relate the Form 3 and the 3 years later how what I was suffering from can affect my baby. I don't get it. And it was not, for me, I don't think it was a medical illness. I'll talk about that later another time in another video. But I don't see, and I never saw that it was like it can affect my baby. That was an assumption, number 2. The first one I said abortion. The second one, and remember, these are your relatives. These are your family members who want to bring you down. They want to poison your mind, smear mud on your name, smear mud on your family, smear mud on anybody who is close to you and all that, and even break the relationship. Maybe they wanted to break the relationship between me and the daddy, of which for me it was a friendship. It was not even marriage, and even the relationship never ended well. That's assumption number 2. Assumption number 3 was that even came from the people I never expected to tell me. It came from the doctors when I went back to the hospital for checkup of the baby and explained this and that about the illness of the baby. the doctors knew that niliangusha mtoto akagongwa kichwa, so that's why the baby was affected, of which was a lie, because even the scans and the x-ray showed that the baby has no problem. Even the brain was perfectly fine. The brain was perfectly fine. So that's really affected me, because the way that doctor told me, it's a public hospital. Public hospitals have daring docs, not all of them. It depends with the person. And I was like, what? Even the scan shows that the kid had not been knocked out anywhere. And then I was like, niliangusha mtoto lini? That baby was not even getting off my back after the 6 months, because that baby used to cry like the whole day, the whole night. If it was sleeping, Angela, like 20 minutes. It was so hectic. So I felt like I went to seek for attention or an explanation or medical attention, and someone is here discouraging me on the spot and accusing me of changing the baby's life. Nilimwangusha because this baby was born with no problem, the x-ray shows no problem, that which is a clear evidence that the baby hata hajaanguka. Okay, that was the third one that really affected me. And the other one was family issues. I would say it was not really so. I never bought that for me, because I felt like somebody just want to make me, somebody is just toxic somewhere and want to feed me with all that nonsense. It happens. Family things affects you, or can affect also the kid. Maybe mtu alisema nikizaliwa nisiitwe hiyo jina, huyu mtoto msimuite hiyo jina. Maybe the parent was angry, because I remember it was immediately after school. It was the following year after school that when I got pregnant. A parent can say something when you are annoyed, hakuna kitu huwezi sema uko umekasirika. I never bought that, because I never had any parent that complained. Maybe the guy's mother complained, I don't know, but that's something I cannot tell. I don't know, so I never bought it. On the part of my parents, in fact, they were so happy. They say the baby is a blessing. Alafu, in our family we are girls, only my brother who was just born the last minute, ile unasikianga Mungu amekutembelea tu. So my son and my sister, we had boys, so there were boys in the family, so it was so exciting to have guys in our family. And then mtoto ananga makosa, alafu it's forgiven. The first time it's unaambiwa hukuwa unajua, but the second time it's ignorance, ni utukutu, ni nini, like that. So for me that was not like I could buy it at mtoto ni family issues. But after seeking so many medical attentions in different hospitals, a certain doctor, the last doctor I went to see, because all the x-ray showed that the mtoto ana shida mahali. X-ray zote za mtoto alikuwa anapigwa, walikuwa nasema hana shida. So the last doctor, after examining the baby, na ni daktari alikuwa amesaidia wasee wengi, because where we used to go for therapy sessions, women talk there a lot. They encourage one another, they tell one another, I did in this so that my baby can progress this and this, which is good. That's why I said talking sometimes is good. It helps the state of mind, especially for me. It really helped me out. So the doctor I sought medical help to told me that that baby has no problem. I can't see even any problem hata hizo x-ray na nini. So hata ukimpeleka hiyo CT scan, there is nothing that you'll find out. Definitely a kid with a problem anafaa ajulikane within the first the time those x-ray ya wapi na wapi ingesomwa, and one of them could generally show that the baby is sick somewhere or is ailing from a certain illness. That's why ameaffectiwa the health, but there was none. So she definitely told me, maybe you can go have a sit down with family members on your side and on the other side and know what's eating up the baby. But definitely no one will ever admit nilisema hii ama nilifanya hii ama this is what's affecting you, this and this. Definitely no one will ever accept. So that was just a waste of time. Okay, it really affected me because I really thought about what that doctor told me, because nilikuwa nimezunguka na mtoto for so long kwa hospitali different, madaktari different, na mtoto akwaionekana certain disease. So I could say the baby is healing from malaria, a cough, or the baby suffered from meningitis, akakoa hivi na hivi. But eventually the doctors took it that it is cerebral palsy, of which I don't know. I never knew. So throughout the years up to now, I've carried with that mtoto ni cerebral palsy, but I don't know what caused the cerebral palsy in my son. So those are the 4 things that were assumptions about my son's illness. I said the first one was a abortion. The second one was an illness I healed when I was in high school. The third one was what did I say? The third one is the third one was no, I forgot. The third one was niliangusha mtoto, and the fourth one, family matters. Thank you guys for watching. Follow me on Instagram, Maggie Caesar, and thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Let's grow together. Let's encourage one another, and let's be part of my world. You and me, let's walk this journey. Bye.